Hi friends! This week's video is being brought to you by Gobi 3 smartband. I'm wearing mine and have been wearing mine for about a week now. And the functionality of the smartband is really cool. It tracks automatically, without having to input anything on the app, your calorie intake, your sleep, your heart rate, your activity, steps, movement, your stress level, as well as your hydration. And that's my favorite aspect because I'm often not drinking enough and I get a little buzz notification on the smartband that lets me know it's time to drink more water. If you're interested in checking out more, go to healbe.com to see all their various options and read more about the technology and what it's all about. You can use the code FLOATINGYOGA20 for a 20% off discount. I look forward to sharing more with you. Let me know what you like and how you're using your Gobi 3. I wanted to start this series of videos, just a chance to connect, kind of like a podcast or a video blog, to share a little bit more about what's going on in my life, to connect with folks out there, and maybe to bring in some guests. So some weeks it might be me, some weeks I might have a friend joining. Today we had a chance to talk with my friend Sam, who you all know from some of our YouTube classes, and talk about stuff. There might be a variety of topics, discussions, just things that I've been thinking about. The first thing that I want to say, of course, is thank you. And from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful to all of you who have subscribed, who have watched, who have commented, who have followed on social media, who support me in doing what I do, which is teach yoga and hopefully live and breathe and share yoga. I do this as a full-time career, and it's something that I've done for, I think 11 years at this point. But it's always a dynamic game. It's a constantly shifting pivots of where things are going. And so in the spirit of sharing and transparency, probably notice a little ad or a little information at the beginning of this video. I've started taking on partnerships and sponsorships because of the last year and a half and how things have shifted for my brick and mortar studio. I'm now focusing more on the online space, but do still need to make an income. And so this is a way that I'm supplementing a little bit. I always accept donations and I'm super grateful for those. So if you're interested in supporting in that way, floatingyogaschool.com, as well as Venmo and PayPal, and I'll include those links below so you can support me in that way as well, so I can continue to produce more content and add more classes. I'll keep uploading classes weekly as much as I can, and then hopefully these video blogs will be more bi-weekly and just be a little bit more informational, a little bit more informal, a chance to connect in a slightly different way. This week, Sam and I are talking about a series that we're offering that we're calling Good Company Yoga Support Group, to kind of piggyback on that idea of community and connection. We have found that that's something that we really value and really want in our yoga practice, and suspect that there are others who feel the same way. So watch the rest of this. Please continue to reach out, to connect, to comment, send questions my way. I appreciate you all so much, and the fact that you let me do what I love for a living every day, living and breathing this yoga, and know that we are together in it. This crazy world that we're living in, this idea of yoga is union, connection. So maybe it's something to think about over the next week. How can you practice that union or that connection for yourself in your worlds with others around you? Thanks, and I'll see you soon. Hey everyone, I'm here this week with my dear friend Sam, and you may have taken classes with her on the YouTube channel, and we just wanted to get together and share a little bit more about a series that we're working on called Yoga Support Group. I'll put all the details below in the caption section. We'll talk a little bit more about it, but basically we wanted to come up with a way for us to connect, to share movement and breath, and also to share a sense of support and community with others. I've been really fortunate to have such a dear friend in Sam, and get to talk about the stuff that comes up in my yoga practice. And that's something that we realize is missing for a lot of people, especially in this time when we're doing a lot of our practices virtually or digitally. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But first, I wanted to give Sam a chance to introduce herself. We'll start with some rapid fire questions. So the first is, what's your favorite color?
Periwinkle.
Ooh, very specific. Coffee order.
Americano, decaf Americano, 2 pumps, white chocolate, and cream.
Oh man, I never add the white chocolate for you. I'm gonna have to start.
I don't want to be like needy or anything.
I'm a decaf girl too. So, what is your dream vacation?
Ooh, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. It's crazy that I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's not like really big, but I guess I'd stick
That's
with that.
huge. Yeah. Well, we'll have to plan a Hawaii retreat or
That would be
vacation
awesome.
soon. And then a little deeper, why yoga? Why do you practice? How'd you get into it?
So I started yoga when my girls were really little, and it was honestly they had daycare, and that was like something huge for me. And when I stepped onto the mat at the yoga studio, it was the first time in years that I actually went in and felt my body, and it's just this space that I feel that I've created my practice where I actually like feel beautiful, like inside out. It's moving my body, being with me, and it's just a sacred practice.
I love that. And how long have you been teaching?
I have been teaching, oh my goodness, is it going on 12 years?
I think so.
I think we're
I think
the
I'm
same.
11. Yeah,
Okay.
you might be more than me.
Yeah, I think it's going on 12 years.
Yeah, and so one of the things that we always talk about, endless walks, coffee dates, chances to chat, is the stuff that comes up in our yoga practice, and that a lot of times we don't have the space or the people around us to process those things, whether it's something really profound and life-changing or something really silly like, man, how did I feel this in my body differently? I don't know, whatever it is, to have a chance to really talk and connect and to feel a sense of support. Yeah, I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
I think it's, I'm sure people can resonate with this, but there's been times where like I've left my practice where it's like I feel amazing and I'm floating, and then there's those times where you like leave like irritated and like almost like stuck, and it's just like I've like, and you question that, like what is that? What but it's really about not judging what happened, but sitting with it, right? Is there something underneath that's creating this feeling of tension that we're projecting onto our yoga practice? And that's why our yoga practice is a self-study.
Totally, this chance to understand ourselves better, and obviously to dig into what this practice is all about, but ultimately to have a better relationship with our own selves. Yeah, and so we've created this series called Good Company Yoga Support Group. I'll include all the details below, like I said. We're starting in October, and we're offering it both live via Zoom as well as pre-recorded. So if you feel like you can't join, you don't want to join, I can absolutely send the recording to you. But essentially, we'll get a chance to come together, to connect, to check in. We'll do a movement practice, yang yin, and we'll talk about why yang yin in a moment too. So some movement, some flow, some vinyasa, as well as some more deep stretching, slowing down with a meditation. And then we'll open it up for discussion. And this will be a chance for us to do what we're doing now, to talk about the things that have come up for us, to connect with folks who are joining, and also to let people ask questions, to find a sense of that support, that community within this kind of online space. You certainly don't have to talk. You don't have to share anything. We will have some prompts if it feels like conversation is maybe a little bit stale or not moving in the right direction, but it's just an opportunity for folks to really come together and to process, to do just like what we were talking about, to say, okay, this is what came up for me. Is anyone feeling the same way, or why could this be? Or I just need to get this off my chest. We're certainly not therapists, and we can refer people if something really important or deep comes up to the right resources, but we know that we can offer a chance to hold space, and we are able to create a sense of safety and security within this community. Do you want to add why you love yang yin? I know we both do, but you probably say this a little bit better than I do.
I probably don't say it better, but I feel like for me, it's easy to get caught up in the fast-paced go, go, go that sometimes our vinyasa classes become. It feeds that element of fire for me. I am an anxious person, so I turned to yin when my body started to really hurt. When I started to get a lot of aches and pains, and the movement I just felt wasn't helping. So by holding and finding stillness, right? It's really hard. It's easy for us to go, go, go. I go, go, go all day long, but it's harder to find stillness, to settle, to feel. And it gives you that opportunity to actually feel what our body is trying to tell us, and a lot of times it is trying to tell us to slow down.
I think all of us need that, and so many of us don't take that, especially the way that life is for most of us these days. It is kind of this achievement and this productivity and this always forward movement the chance to slow down. But I also know that that's hard, especially for me, to do that. And so, like Sam was saying, that chance to get in the flow and kind of get out of our heads and maybe into our bodies, and then to slow down with the yin portion to, okay, what is this? Why am I fighting this? Why am I feeling this? Why, oh, this feels amazing, or I really need this release. So we're excited to share that, and we'll have some little meditations, and we'll keep it light and fun some days, and maybe some days get really deep and serious. So it doesn't have to be always, the darkest, deepest, whatever. It can also be really silly and really light, and allow us to find the joy and the play in the beauty of life that we have every day.
Yes.
Anything else you want to add?
We would love for you to join us. Please join us. We're trying to build this community. And like Helen said, we really do feel like we have the ability to create a safe space, with each other over the last year and a half. I don't know what I would have done without you. Maybe go a little crazier
than I have,
so we just love to share the tools that we've used and our support with you.
Yeah, and if you're concerned about sharing or don't feel comfortable or feel nervous for whatever reason, know that there will be people from all levels. Like we said, you can have the recording if you don't want to join us live. You don't have to say anything. If it's the Sam and Helen show, cool. But I think that people will be really interested in taking some opportunities to share and to connect. So hopefully we'll see you there. Check out all the details below, and have an awesome week.